Let's get on with it.
An offer? What could it be? What? You're asking for that much? Not a bad offer at all.
With pleasure.
The 11th century. All of Europe is in upheaval. Bold rulers achieve new independence from churches and kings. Increasing numbers of towns that grow ever more influential arise around monasteries and dioceses. Skilled professions and trade flourish, resulting in larger markets as people learn to read and write, a long tradition of academic scholarship. But it is also a time of conquest. The Moors press forth across the Iberian Peninsula all the way to the Pyrenees. At the heart of the continent, the Rhine divides the descendants of Charlemagne, who are at odds with each other, and the ancient horseback peoples in the eastern plains give rise to the new Polish, Hungarian, and Kievan Rus empires. The Viking territories now extend all the way to the Volga. Their descendants, the Normans, have conquered territories in France, Brittany, and on the Italian peninsula, and are forcing Rome to accept their conditions. To the east towers Constantinople, proud heir of the Greeks and the Romans, the center of the Orthodox Church, eternal bridge between the Occident and the Orient. For generations, the Byzantines have defied the Bulgarian rebels in the west and the Seljuks in the east from this very city. They have even been able to drive back the Normans, at least so far. The rural population desires the safety that towns and cities are able to offer, but these also need to protect themselves from the greed of foreign rulers and plundering mercenary hordes. It is not enough to simply provide protection and jobs. A ruler can only consolidate his economic and military position if he continues to found additional towns and in this territory under his dominion. The story I would like to tell you begins in Byzantium. At this time, the empire controls all the territories between the Balkans and the sources of the Euphrates. Budding principalities, most of which are ambitious and unscrupulous. In the Senate of the capital city, Constantinople, their representatives are embroiled in a constant power struggle with the emperor. Intrigues and civil war result in the emperor's throne constantly changing hands for centuries. It is only under Constantine X that the empire finds a certain modicum of peace, in part thanks to his ravishing bride Eudokia, whose wisdom is known far and wide. The hero of our story grew up in Sofia, far away from the imperial court, but his rise to power will be unparalleled. For now, he is as young as he is inexperienced, and much time will pass before I can call him my friend. His name is Leon Veselios. His father made a name for himself on the eastern battlefields, and Leon, full of ambition, strives to follow in his footsteps. The old warrior has just been assigned to the Imperial Guard. Before he departs, he transfers control of Sofia to his son. Leon is to continue leading his hometown, ensuring that it prospers. For this purpose, the father gives his son a book filled with the teachings of a certain wise leader. Thereupon, I encounter this young man for the first time, for I am the author of that book. Listen to the teachings of Rahib the Wise. Your town is the ground on which your glory thrives, and happy is he who finds treasure on this soil. Once you have a town, quickly build businesses to create jobs. Show your subjects that your towns prosper and are not simply instruments of war. On new businesses, the success of your orders will only become apparent when your market has the right commodities on offer. Once a new business has been built, all those subjects who have been patiently waiting for new jobs will automatically find their way there. But remember, if a person works, he will need to eat. Constructing new buildings to help meet this need will also be worth your while.
Certainly. Almost there. No problem. It's nearby. We're practically there.
The delight accompanying Leon's successes is short-lived. An imperial courier bears the appalling news. Murderers, hired by an unknown party, surprised the emperor in his chambers. His personal guard fought bravely, but the poison on the assassin's weapons was too strong. The emperor succumbed to his wounds, and so did Leon's father. A great responsibility now rests on Leon's shoulders. as the new head of the royal house of Vasilios. He is, of course, expected to travel to Constantinople for the burial, been a close friend of the imperial family for generations. But after the ceremony, the strong-willed Eudokia is to take the throne, and nobody knows what the future holds.
Leon Vasilios, please accept my heartfelt condolences for the loss of your father. He served my husband faithfully and well. Hence, your family shall not be forgotten under my rule. Unfortunately, you have little time to grieve. Your presence at my coronation is of great significance politically. Please accept my gratitude for your support in this time of upheaval. Eudokia.
It seems as though all of Constantinople has arrived to send the emperor off to his final resting place. Flanked by other representatives of royal houses, Leon is at the front of the funeral procession, which is led by the imperial widow. She holds her head high as she walks through the crowds. It is not only Eudokia's beauty that draws the attention of the greedy nobles. She will soon need to choose a new spouse, to whom she will transfer the emperor's crown. The longer she hesitates, the more likely it is that civil war will break out among the power-hungry suitors. This makes the oath that Eudokia swears at her coronation even harder to stomach. Before the Patriarch of the Orthodox Church, the Empress swears never to wed again. From now on, the well-being of the empire is to be her greatest duty and only concern.